Day, crafty chums, and how are you today? It's Nikki here, aka Carson D Cat, aka Carson D Cat's Life, and I'm bringing you a video for our hashtag event on International Crafters. We love May, and May is almost summer, and summer to me is enjoying a few tinnies outside in the nice, dry, warm, sunny weather. So I have one here. And I was watching Josie Gito's video the other day where she was showing what she sends in Happy Mail and that, and she was showing how she chops up one of these cans and then punches out the flowers. She attaches jelly print paper to it and cuts out little flowers which she attaches to Happy Mail. Now, the punch she used is a bit bigger than the ones I have. I've only got these mini punches. And to be quite honest, it doesn't work very well with a mini punch. You can get it to punch out, but you can't really shape them after that. I've cut that one up, but you can't really shape them into anything after that. I did try with that one there. And also when you punch the can, the punches stick if I do that, and you can't get the can out after. You have to force it out, and so you need something that you can press the punch back with and force it out, and it's all a little bit frantic actually. So there, that's gone, and there it's out. So I was thinking, well, I really wanted to try this, you know, because it does look nice with the jelly print paper on there. So what I thought I'd do was do some hand rolling and flowers like that. So I did the cut them by hand and then rolled them over and shaped them afterwards. So that's what they look like there, and that's what I thought I'd do this video on now, is to do these rolled roses. It's really just following along as you would do normally for paper rolled roses. So I'm not going to cut this one on video now, because obviously you need gloves and that for safety, and although I didn't use gloves, I think that if I cut it now, then what would happen is I'd probably cut myself as well. Because you know what it's like once you get on camera. So I've got this sheet of the can. It's drying off here. I'll just cut off the excess paper. There's a bit of jelly print paper there. And then show you what I did to make the rolled rose. Just needs to dry off a bit more, so we'll just let that dry and I'll be back and we'll cut out the rolled rose. I've used the bright paper so that it will show up better on camera, because with the darker paper as I'm doing it, I don't think it would show up very well. On this rose here I did the wavy lines, and on this one here I just did a straight line one, so we'll try and recreate this one and see how it goes. I'm using the Tim Holtz scissors just because they cut through the can and everything just so easily. Lovely scissors, love them. So you start off with the square and you roughly cut your circle shape out from the square. And that's how you start, the same as you would do rolling a paper rose. So what I'm going to do now is just cut a spiral in and trying to keep it as even as I can on the way down the spiral. Of course the first bit will be a little bit narrower because you have to start somewhere. So just cut into the spiral. As I say, I'm doing the straight edge one. I did do the wavy line one before, and if I have time, if this works out well, the first one, then I will show you the wavy line one as well. But I'm not promising. This is only, it's not quite dry, and so it's just lifting off a little bit off the paper, off the can, but that doesn't really matter. So what you'll need is a pair of tweezers. I've got some pointy tip tweezers. You don't necessarily need that, but what you do need to do is to be careful because it can be sharp. And you can tear your paper if it's still a little bit wet. I haven't quite given this enough drying time. But what you're going to do is what you would normally do, which is roll the can around itself like that, trying to keep this edge here as straight as you can. And then just keep rolling. I've got my hot glue gun heating up by the side of me here. Don't forget, if you put hot glue on metal, it will heat up the metal too, so you do have to be just a little bit careful and use a little bit of common sense when doing this one. So you come all the way into this circle here, and that circle bit at the bottom is the base of the flower, and that's what you'll be gluing the flower down to. Being careful, of course, not to cut yourself or anything as you go along, because as I say, it can be sharp. Just letting off some of the rose there. Try not to let it all go. And as I said before, this hasn't quite dried properly, so the paper will have a tendency to slip. What I'm just going to do there is, of course, that's going to be a little bit hot because it's hot glue, and it will heat up the metal as well. Hoping I've got enough there to keep it down in one place. And all you do now is you shape out the petals of the rose. And I've got a pair of pliers here, and I'm just going to turn them out. Like this. Got to be careful when you do this as well, because if you roll it on the crease, what you're going to do is you're going to rip the aluminium. You're going to make a little cut, and it will split, and that's not very good. So you just got to be a little bit aware and a little bit gentle as you do going around, just to make sure that you don't injure yourself, because you are working with metal. And as you get in a bit closer, it does get a little bit more awkward. So I'm just teasing around the edges there. You can see I just ripped that paper there so I can go back after and re-glue that one back on, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to put these over much more. I think that's going to be that one there. Not going to get much more down on that. So that's another rolled rose, and what I'll do now is, as you can see, I made this one bigger than that one there. What I'll do now is I'll show you how to do because I'll have time by the looks of it. Just make this one a little bit smaller, and we'll try for a wavy edge rose. So we'll cut the circle as we did with the other. And then to do a wavy edge one, you just do the same, but as you did with the other one, but you just go on a little meandering tour as you cut into your circle. And again, take your tweezers, be very careful of the edges because they are sharp. I think this time what I'll do is I'll fold over that one. And just going to wind it around, same as we did last time. Careful of your fingers as you go. Can use safety gloves. Just rolling it round. Just going to let this one loosen off just a little bit. Hot glue down, just be careful your fingers, you don't burn them because you're heating up the metal. That's the wavy edge one, and we do the same as we did before, which is fold out the edges. Turn them under, give them a bit more shape. So you can only get so far before it just becomes impossible to carry on without actually just tearing the tin up, the aluminium up. so you know you can't go too far in. That's what I found anyway. So so yeah, there's that one as well. So I hope you like that little tutorial of the little aluminium can, aluminium tin, I don't know what you call them really, but anyway, recycled tin rolled rose tutorial inspired by Josie Gito. And this is a hashtag We Love May event for international crafters, and I'll just link the playlist up there so that you can see everything else that everybody has done who's joined in the event as well. So I hope you like that little tutorial. Please be careful when you do it, because you can either A, cut your fingers, or B, burn yourself on the hot glue. Which I haven't done, but you can do, so it's always best to wear protective gloves if you've got any, and be careful. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.